with a speech title from Penn State to rig floor. Please put your hands together and welcome Toastmaster Amr. Speech title from Penn State to rig floor, Toastmaster Amr.
When you go to a gas station and you fill up the cars, you tell the worker 95 full, Visa please. And then you go and check your social media account. But what you actually don't know is that how did this oil reach your gas station? How the drilling rig in the middle of nowhere reached the oil here in Ulayya, for example. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, respected guest. A drilling rig is something where heavy machinery, you have a lot of people working on the clock 24/7. It's a very dangerous place to work in, very tough environment and very intense. Let me take you back a few years ago, back to when I was a student at the Pennsylvania State University. Like many engineering students, study for the exam, maybe you have sleep, maybe not. And I want to ask you a question actually in the audience. How many of you here are engineering? Okay, that's a good number of people. So yeah, so as engineers, we just study, before the exam, maybe with a few hours or not. And then also, you do calculations in textbook, pressure calculations, mud densities, and you follow equations, you follow written procedures, written rules. But in the university, some problems that come can easily be solved. You can discuss it with peers, you discuss it with textbooks. But then there was a big transition. I moved to Saudi Aramco as a drilling engineer. From the very first day there, I knew that whatever I have learned back in university will be not helpful at all. In the real life, you have every day is a different challenge. I mean, from the very first day I went there, I saw, trucks moving around, people shouting, just shouting without, I don't know why. And then a very experienced driller, we call it the guy who drills, he asked me a question, and I replied according to the textbooks that I know. He looked at me and he was like, okay, then what? So that's a confirmation that whatever I have learned is absolutely will not help me at all. So problems and experience is the only way that you can learn from this, from the real life examples. Also, I'd like to say that knowing the information is different than communicating the information. I mean, some people that are very professional, they know exactly what they do, but the communication part is difficult to give to other people. According to the Association of Oil and Gas Producers, poor communication is the major cause for operational incidents. Information, especially in critical areas like drilling engineering and drilling rigs and very dangerous people, very dangerous machineries, and that following instructions is very important. Not only because of the operation itself, it is critical for the safety of the personnel working there. Many engineers have this skill, and many not. So from these two different words, from this different Penn State and rigs, is that I have learned two things. That personal growth is through repetition, is through something you deal with every day. Consistency is the only way that that person can change and can move forward. I mean, at university, when someone told me like presentations is like having a nightmare, but now I come every week and talk to people. So personal growth is very important, and practicing it is the only way forward. So communicating information is very important. And thank you. Thank you, everyone. Back to you.